Everybody, welcome to Pulse. Again, we have a great guest. We have this this live comedian. Every room he goes into, he lights it up. Wherever he goes, this man is a killer. He's a beast. His comedy is on point, and he's a San Antonio gem. Today we have Davey Jackson.
Whoa, the double vocals? Come on. You got the strong hand clap. Oh, use my strong hand. Hell yeah, guys. Well, first of all, this is a super cool setup. I love this.
Oh, appreciate it.
All the swag on the walls. It's crazy. Is that actually signed by the real Randy? Like Jamie Kennedy, the guy?
Yeah.
That's dope. I love Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah.
Oh man, he was such a great pleasure to work with. He was like the chillest, nicest dude.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he seemed really cool. Like very genuine dude.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was doing the prank shows before Ashton Kutcher's dumbass.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Jamie Kennedy's the real deal.
Did you ever skateboard?
I did like briefly, and then I broke my collarbone pretty quick. I was actually more of a rollerblader. I was a rollerblade guy.
That's how I started. Actually, don't judge me.
Why would they judge you for that? Rollerblading's super cool.
Right?
No, booting. No.
No, listen. I had grind plates and everything. It was very cool. Like I was awesome. Okay.
If I can do a misty flip, anybody can do a misty flip.
I don't even know what that is.
I mostly just went down hills. That was like kind of my big move.
I had to use a bike because I just wasn't balanced properly. You know what I mean?
No razor scooters
No
for
razor
you?
scooter. I couldn't.
That's actually how his hand became that way. Tragic rollerblading accident. Someone caught him on the rollerblades and beat the hell out of his hand.
It looks like he got caught in a spoke of a bike.
I know, right? Man, leave my alone.
Again, why does it have so many knuckles? That's great. Like it's got extra knuckles for sure.
It's because when I landed, I just landed on my head first. It just infant snap bones together. This was actually the form.
We need a bowl of mashed potatoes for you to stir with it.
Entire podcast, I'm just there.
The whole time. What are you guys doing?
There.
So, Davey,
Yeah.
tell us about yourself, bro. Where do you come from?
Man, that's such a complex question. I'm originally from Houston. That's where I was doing my rollerblading. And I lived up north for a little while. And then so right outside of Boston. Yeah, so I was up there. Yeah. That's where I got addicted to drugs. Yay. Yeah. It's the heart of it. It's the heart, like that's
part of growing.
the literal dope scene. Yeah. But yeah, so then I moved back down here to San Antonio about 15 years ago, and I've been here ever since. I love it. I love San Antonio. San Antonio is the spot. Like you think Austin's cool, you think Dallas is cosmopolitan, you think Houston has all the good shit. No, it's San Antonio. That's where you want to be. We've got a great comedy scene here too. Both of you guys work at my. Whoa. Do that again. We've got a great comedy scene too. Yeah, both of you guys work at the Laugh Out Loud here in San Antonio. My favorite club, bar none. Love it there. Awesome spot.
Oh, yeah.
And then of course too, the staff is great.
Yeah, you know.
We pride ourselves on professionalism.
Yeah, we do all of that. We make all the food in by hand.
I don't want to eat chicken fingers anymore.
You know what I mean? Right. We get the chicken fingers.
Chicken fingers at Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club, legendary. Absolutely. I get them every single time. It's the best.
Finger licking good.
Yeah, I mean, awesome club. The staff is, I wouldn't say great.
The door guys rock.
Specifically the door guys, though. No, the whole staff really is awesome. That's one of my favorite things about that club is the staff is just so cool.
Always bring in great comedians, man. They always bring in bangers and
So many, bro. Like, and up and comers too. That's one of the things I really like about the Laugh Out Loud is they've got like the up and comers coming through. Like Renee Vaca came through a couple weeks ago. Dude, absolutely leveled the room. And it was sold out. It was completely sold out.
One-time show.
Mhm.
Sold out. And now they brought him back for another one.
Yeah, he's going to do a full weekend in March. Yeah, but I mean, working with him was super cool. They brought in Shane Smith. who's, you know, a legend in his own right, you know, amazing dude, amazing storyteller. Every now and then I'm there, yeah, every so often, whenever, you know, Kevin lets me.
Hey, and you know what? You know what's sick about that is that you're opening up for these big names. You have that opportunity to showcase yourself.
Yeah.
You know, on their platform.
It's very cool, dude.
Yes.
It's
Extremely gratifying being able to get up on stage with some of these, I mean, absolute legends and just rip. I mean, I got to open for Tim Dillon, Michael Rappaport. I mean, legends, dude. Not many people.
I know, right?
And sir, I've only been doing stand up for 4 years. And so I feel like not many people that have been doing comedy for as little time as I have get those kind of opportunities.
But not in 4
Absolutely
years,
not.
man. So you just got all of that under your belt, and then you just recently came back from a tour yourself, no?
Yeah, dude, I've been on a couple smaller tours. Yeah, I've been traveling around a little bit. I actually don't like that. If I could just perform in San Antonio and Austin, I would. Like 100%. Dude, I've started getting anxiety on airplanes. I haven't really talked about this with anyone yet, but yeah, I'm like, airplanes make me nervous unless I'm sitting. If I sit next to a fat person, I feel great. Like I feel, yeah, it's like flying with a body pillow. It's the best thing, dude.
And it's warm too.
Right.
That's kind of gross. No, not that part. I don't like the body heat necessarily. Yeah, it is. And if you're between two fat people, it's like getting hugged the whole flight. Like you're just getting cuddled. You just feel secure, like you're back in the womb. Yeah, between two memory foam mattresses. Who doesn't want to live like that? But yeah, no, for real though, like anxiety on planes is real for me now, dude. I don't know what it is, but yeah, so I actually don't like travel. I love going and doing shows out of town. It's just the flying part that makes me nervous.
Okay, but if you can do like a tour bus, you think that'd be a little bit
Ooh,
more.
for sure.
For
That'd be
sure.
dope.
Yeah.
So Cam Bertrand is one of my really good buddies. We just did a little tour with him, and he just performed with Matt Rife out in Pensacola, Florida. Yeah, and Matt apparently is rolling around on this giant tour bus, and he said it's unbelievably cool.
Man, we were so upset when he had to cancel on the LOL. We were so hyped, so excited to see him. But he went to a bigger theater, which is great for him. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, there's no way.
There's no choice.
For him, for a guy like that at this point where he is in his career, he has to. Dude, I remember when Matt Rife it was under 200,000 followers on IG. You know what he's at now? Look this up and make sure I'm not lying about this. I think he is now at 5.5 million. In less than a year, he went from under 200,000 to 5.5 million. That is
For those viral videos, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, that's-
I mean,
that's-
he's-
viral on everything.
He's hot as fuck too. And
He's a good-looking dude. You're right about that.
When we finally meet him, he was just gonna be an ass. So you can't have that trifecta of like
So I performed with him. He is the sweetest guy.
see he had the trifecta, man. It's like damn.
He let me blow him and everything, dude. I was just like, I can't believe this is happening right now. It's amazing.
We love you, Matt Rife, but we wanted something wrong with you. You know what I mean? It's like, right?
We wish the guy was like a piece of shit, but he's not. He's the sweetest dude, very humble, down to earth, hilarious. That's the other thing. People that say Matt Rife isn't funny, you don't know what funny is. And they're haters.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't know what funny is, and you're a hater. Go away. Go crawl back into your troll cave and just live there alone, by yourself, miserable.
with all your cats.
Right, without
Or birds, pet birds. I feel like those are the real haters, are people with pet birds.
Reptiles.
hey,
No.
don't hate on the iguanas
I
and
know.
snakes.
I
man.
like, those are my people, but
I love a snake girl. They are. They'll ruin your life.
The first time you saw Britney Spears with the
Dude, I got roundhouse kicked in the face by a girl that had like tarantulas and snakes and a scorpion, had a pet scorpion. But my God, was she a force of nature? Oh yeah.
I had a girl wait till I was lathered up in the shower, and then she waited because she invited me into the shower, right? So I figured I was gonna get some. So she waited till I was lathered up, and then I walked past her, and she went, "Ah!" And my legs kicked out, and I landed on the back of my head.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, well, I guess I deserve that.
For what? But why?
reason.
I I don't remember.
Oh yeah, okay, I know. I couldn't even begin to tell you.
Argument about something. But there were so many
pushed you
arguments.
over?
Were you in the shower?
Yeah. She was facing the wall, and I was facing because I was trying to be polite so she wouldn't fall out of the shower. But she waited till I was soaped up.
And then just shoved you over?
Shoved you.
Yeah.
That's
I think I love this girl.
Oh, you can definitely have her.
She is available.
Oh yeah.
No, see, that's my type, dude. I love toxic, chaotic women. I've been stabbed. It's happened to me. And all kinds of just crazy stuff. But that's what I thrive on.
But that's not even the weirdest thing that's happened to this dude. I got into a debate with him about it. Like, it's weird, and don't deny that it's
Should
weird.
I drop it on this episode?
Drop it on this episode. Halloween, you gotta drop it. So look what this
a Halloween story?
No, well,
Or just
kinda.
It's got
a spooky story?
it's a spooky, nasty, disgusting.
Hey, we can't say spooky anymore. I need you to, watch yourself there. But yeah, it's spoopy now.
Spoopy.
It's spoopy. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the PC term.
Okay. So I'll start by saying this. I was a vet tech. Okay. I went to college for automotive. I did automotive for like 8 to 9 years.
Okay.
And then the economy crashed in '08, and then it was all commission. So I didn't get paid anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something I love. I'm going to work with animals. I love animals. You know what I mean?
You're wearing a severed pig head right now. I love animals, guys. I love chopping them into pieces. Listening to them squeal. That's what I love.
You know, that's funny that you say that because that's where the story's going.
Oh, no.
I don't know which part of what I said is where the story's going, but it's all bad. It's all bad. Okay, continue.
So I got into like minor surgeries, like neuters. I not too many spays. I helped assist with like kitty abortions and stuff like that.
That's a thing.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Not legal in Texas.
No,
anymore.
can't do
Oh,
that
those
anymore.
animals, yeah.
Yeah.
If they might have rabies, you can cut their head off, and you have to send it in.
What?
Yeah, that's a whole process. You
See,
have to
that-
test the brain.
That's the dark side of the veterinary
Bro.
field, bro.
They're lopping off pet heads?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that makes me sad. I don't even like cats, and that makes me sad.
So if you go to a vet clinic, just know that there's a freezer in the back full of pet heads.
Oh, come on, man.
So that's where they actually make horror movies, not about hospitals, not about cemetery. They do the vet techs.
Vet tech, vet
So the first couple of patients that I had, I
First
can't.
couple of beheadings.
No. Actually, testicle removals.
Okay.
Yeah, some neuters. I got to keep the specimens for learning purposes with formaldehyde like jars.
You say you got to keep, like this is something you were excited about.
Yes, absolutely.
What did I tell you?
What is wrong with you, dude? What the? Why are you like this? What?
Did I tell you?
You'll never believe it. I got to keep the doggy testicles. Ew.
For studying purposes, like you can see the the vessels and like the anatomy and everything. You have to study it.
This isn't making it better. I got to keep these veiny balls. I was so excited. Like nothing about this is making it better.
Imagine him on his couch, like, yes.
So I don't know if it's disingenuous or psychopathic, but I just put the breed of the animal that I took the specimen from. So it was like Chihuahua, Labrador.
You labeled the balls?
Because I couldn't use the patient's name.
For HIPAA violation.
Did you keep any other trophies from this Chihuahua?
Well, I had his balls,
Okay.
both testicles, and the Labrador, and the.
You didn't keep like a piece of his hair or anything like that, like in a drawer?
No, that's weird.
That-
No, that's
That's
weird.
where we draw the line.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, keeping his hair would have been weird. Ew, dude, what's wrong with you? Yeah, I had his balls in a baby jar or baby food jar.
Pretty much.
Very much.
Yeah. So
Uncomfortable.
so get this. My ex, right? She took all my shit. She cleaned me out, right? All my collectibles, my clothes, my retro shirts. I mean, you name it. She found accounts, money, gone. Everything gone.
Okay.
She took my balls.
Figuratively speaking, but also literally.
So she took all my balls.
She took every ball I had. Dude, she stole that?
She took them. Yeah.
Did you ever get them back?
No.
You still talk to this girl?
No.
But
I
she
would
has
like to.
Okay, yeah.
No, not.
I love her so much. Dude, that's wild though.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a pretty spoopy story. I was trying to think of like my good Halloween stories. I've got a couple. So we can, we can talk through probably one of my favorite Halloween stories of all time. But I know this is more so about horror.
Well, no.
We can do
This is a Halloween
That's
special.
all special.
Oh, this is just the special.
Yeah,
Yes.
nice. Okay,
You're on the special. You're our first drop.
I am the special. Let's go.
Our
Yes.
special.
That's what my school said. Okay, so I think probably my favorite Halloweens. I wasn't allowed to celebrate Halloween growing up.
What are you?
I was homeschooled and in a cult, Christian,
Yeah.
fundamental Christian.
Ooh,
Yeah.
right.
So I wasn't allowed to celebrate Halloween at all. That was evil. That was the devil's night.
Yeah.
Like we called it All Hallows Eve.
Oh, like the Celtics.
Yeah. From like the original, I don't know, celebration of dead people, basically is what it was, right? Or unalived people, excuse me. Gotta keep it monetized, baby. I got to. So yeah, I wasn't allowed to celebrate at all during my childhood. I think one time like we did like a church thing where I dressed up as a Bible character, but other than that, I don't.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty lame. No, it was bad. It was bad. Yeah, literally. Yeah, it was like a robe and a do-rag type situation. Yeah. That was. I think I was Noah. I want to say I was Noah. Yeah, which is weird because I can't remember which comedian it was. Oh, it's Rory Scovel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rory Scovel.
The best, dude.
Yes.
The best. One of my top 10 specials of all time is Rory Scovel does stand up for the first time.
Yeah.
Amazing special. But anyway, he makes a joke about Noah that he was definitely boinking the animals. You know what I mean? But at any rate, okay. So wasn't allowed to celebrate growing up. So once I moved out, once I got out of the cult when I was 18, then it was just like I got to go to all the Halloween parties.
Yeah.
But I never really liked dressing up. Like you guys are dressed up all cool. Like I'm not wearing a costume because I never.
I thought you came as a competitive vapor.
All right, you want to steal my jokes on my special? What's your fucking name again?
Hanson.
Can't believe you did that. Oh, that was good. That was really good. But yeah, so I would go to Halloween parties and all that, but I was too old to trick or treat at that. Imagine an 18-year-old showing up to trick or treat. Yeah, that'd be weird. Yeah, they would assume some things. So, but I would go to parties, just never really dress up, right? Well, I went to a party one year and decided I was going to go as just a boat captain. And literally all I did was just put on one of those sailor hats. You know what I'm talking? Like the one with the leaves on the front and the little bill,
Oh, yeah.
the white hat.
Like a Navy kind of.
Yeah, or not Navy really, but just like a sea captain hat.
A schooner cap.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever that. I don't know what that is, but anyways, yeah, I was wearing one. I was wearing the hell out of that hat too. And I get to this bar. I went to the party, and then I go to a bar afterwards. And there was a girl at the bar, very attractive young lady, and she was wearing a hot sailor outfit. So she was dressed up as a sailor.
Easy.
And I walked up to her and said, "Who's your captain now?" Right? Now this is before that movie, like I am the captain now. Look at me, I am the captain. It was and it was definitely before that. Yeah, it was way before Weinstein.
You can't see.
before.
Yeah, you can't flirt now.
No, you're not allowed to.
You can't even.
It's very dangerous. You got to get consent first. Got to make sure you know the right pronouns and all that fun stuff. Obviously, it's very important. Serious topic. Anyways, so I'm your captain. Who's your captain now? Instead of like, who's your daddy now? Right? And she agreed that I was her captain. And so yeah. So she asked me to take her back to her place. We like partied at the bar for a little while, and then she asked me to take her back to her place. So I take her back to her apartment complex, not to her apartment. We parked the car, and she was like, "You can't come inside." I'm sure there was a fella. There was probably a fella, but she still wanted to have some fun. I'm keeping it PG for the YouTubes. In the car. Yeah, in the car. So I'm in my captain hat. She's in full sailor costume. And it was pretty hot. Sitting in the driver's seat, she's on top of me. Obviously, that's really the only way you can do it in a car. And by the way, I was driving a two-door Honda Accord at this point. Yeah, there's no back seat. So she's on top, full sailor outfit, very hot. And it turns out that she is, I think I can say this, she is a squirter. not a regular squirter, the only way, a prolific, a vicious, a excessive squirter. I mean, it was going everywhere, like all over the place. But I'm,
It's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
it's pretty cool. I'm also pretty hammered, which shouldn't have been driving. Absolutely should not have been, but I was. And so I'm just like, I don't fuck my car, whatever. Soak the whole thing.
Yeah, until you fucking have it in the sunlight and then it
Yeah.
stinks the next day.
No, it actually didn't. Surprisingly enough, I mean, I wiped up what I could, but there were like literal puddles in my seat. Like it was a puddle in the seat. But the funniest part to me was just like as this is happening, it's just like literally going because she would like, do her thing and then get up and like all over me, and I'm just like, it's like ocean spray. This is so cool. We're dressed up as sailors right now, and I'm getting soaked. But yeah, that's probably like one of my favorite things that's ever happened on Halloween was taking the sexy sailor for a what would that be, like a swim, not a swim, but a boat ride, I guess. I'm trying to think like what conveys how much moisture there was involved with it. There we go. Yeah.
At the amusement parks, no, the water rides or
Riptide.
Riptide.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. We took it for a surf. But yeah, it was awesome. It was, and then I never heard from her again. Never saw her. Never heard from her ever again.
I can, empathize for Davey being about in a cult. I was raised similar. I wasn't homeschooled, but I was raised Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, you were a Joho.
Yeah, man, that shit was
Nice.
brutal.
Yeah,
Though.
did you do the door knocking?
My dad's a
man.
Pentecostal preacher.
Oh, with the smitten in the spirits or slain in the spirit or whatever.
Oh, they sure blah, 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 blah.
That's why you're messed up, and I know why both of y'all are messed up now. Dude, I don't know. Okay, so at the LOL, I cannot remember who I was doing this show with. Oh, I wish I could remember this right now. But I was doing a show at the LOL, and I was talking about growing up in a cult, and there was a lady in the audience that was like, "Me too. I was also in a cult." I was like, "What cult were you in?" And she was like, "Jehovah's Witness." And I was like, "That's not really a cult. Like, y'all just don't celebrate birthdays. That's not actually a cult." And she was like, "Hey, what's a cult?" Like, she was very excited about it. But then I went and did some research, like after the fact. That clip went crazy viral, by the way. I went and did some research on it, and like once I read up on it, I was like, "Whoa, this is like all the warning signs of a cult for sure." And apparently, there's different levels of Joho. Like some of it's like a little bit more progressive and liberal, but there are some that's like, oh yeah, it's just as bad as the cult that I grew up in.
Yeah, because it all depends if you're baptized.
Oh, okay.
I can go murder someone right now, and then I'll be baptized tomorrow, and I'm good. I'm still accepted. It's more after your baptism.
Can you get baptized like a bunch of times?
No. So
so
it's
it's the
only
once?
it's the once.
I would just commit crimes and then get baptized. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
But
then
it's
just be like,
so aggressive.
oh, you got the hair too. You can do that fucking.
Oh, I could do a flip. Yeah, I could do a hair flip for sure. Yeah. Well, just the back though. The top's kind of short, but the back I would just have to.
Shake. There you go. But yeah, man, once they're baptized though, that's when they're really go aggressive.
Okay.
So are Jehovah's Witness girls? Are they freaky?
They are, because it's just so repressed.
Yeah.
They're so repressed, brother.
Look at his face.
I love a good conservative girl, and I don't mean politics. I mean like lifestyle. Like an ex-conservative religious person. Really doesn't matter what religion it is. Just ex-conservative or fundamental, as we call it, religion. They're wild.
Hey, but once you wake up that beast,
It's
it's
crazy.
never going back.
That's true, and those are usually fairly short-term relationships. I will say that, but like when they're fresh out, they want to learn all the things. All the things. Like, oh, we can do that. Yes, we can. Yeah.
But no, you can't even hold hands whatsoever.
Oh yeah, that was the same in the cult. Yeah.
Hold hands.
Take my strong hand.
Yeah, that's why just never hold a hand. It never felt warm. It just shrunk.
What is it called? Like when you lay in a hospital bed for too long?
Astrophy. Look, astrophy.
Yeah. What did you say?
Astrophy.
I thought you said apostrophe. I was like,
It got an apostrophe.
Hypophysical.
But yeah, that's a good explanation for it. I like that explanation the best so far. Way better than a rollerblading accident. It atrophied because it got no touch at all. But yeah, there was no touching. I mean, certainly.
Anytime you were with the other person, it had to be accompanied by an adult.
Yes, because y'all did courtship too, right? You didn't really date. You did like.
We had to talk to the parents, this and that. It was almost like an arranged.
Yes, that's what I keep trying to tell people. Like, we basically grew up with an arranged marriage.
Is for real?
Oh yeah, the soaking and the earthquaking. Yes, it is a very. But that's Mormonism. That's specifically Mormonism. Yeah, we weren't allowed to do anything. In the cult that I grew up in, and probably very similar to Jehovah's Witness.
Girls were with the main dude, but not you.
No, the main dude. Okay, so the main dude was weird. He was into feet. Like he was a foot guy. Yeah, so he loved rubbing feet, playing footsie.
I mean, the foot has to be nice, but I don't want to do anything.
What do you mean the foot has to be nice?
I mean, if the foot looks like this.
That's true. Okay, that's a good point. Yeah.
At least has to be.
But you're not into feet. Have you put feet in your mouth before?
No. Consensually.
Not
Consensually. No, there's
Fuck these tools. Just let it happen.
I had an ex that no matter what, like she wouldn't ask for anything. Like she would just go straight to do it.
To whatever she
wanted. Like if she had like candles in her room, and then boom, just threw wax on me.
What, dude?
Yeah, just start pouring wax all over her. Just whoa, and she just like
We weren't even naked.
She's just like
burning on my clothes.
Starts whipping me out of nowhere. I just got beat with a riding crop for no reason.
She would just bite where she drew blood.
Are you serious?
She liked that shit.
I hate that so much. Getting bitten or scratched or any of that, I hate it. Oh yeah, of course you do. Yeah, you definitely do. Yeah, absolutely. You kept pet testicles in a jar. Yeah, obviously, it's not okay.
Wait, y'all make me feel weird. Like,
there's a lot of people that are into a lot of different things.
he's making me feel good.
Yeah, and just because it's weird and not a lot of people like it doesn't make it wrong. Dude, one of my buddies, he's got a story that he told me when he lived in the Pacific Northwest, and he met some girl on the bus. First of all, huge red flag. Not that there's anything wrong with taking the bus, but if you're like looking for dating partners on the bus, that's problematic in my opinion.
You already have problems if you're on the bus.
I don't know, public transportation in like Seattle and Portland, it's like a thing. It is, and that's where he was. So I'll like give him that. Like I'm gonna give him that, right? But just meeting someone on the bus is that's like meeting someone at the gym. You know what I mean? Like it's not normal. No offense to the gym rats, but anyways, so he went back to her house, and immediately she told him to sit in a chair, and like before he even really realized what was happening, like she was like kind of dancing for him or something. She duct taped him to the chair.
Oh hell no!
And then heated up butter knives and was like pushing it into his thighs.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
For a first meeting, for a first, encounter with someone you met on the bus. What?
No.
What?
You're gonna die.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like I was like, I can't believe you're still here right now.
Nah, you have to reserve that for like the 5th date.
How about never?
Yeah, I was about to say, that's something you reserve for not at all. Yeah. Oh, so we can cut people but not get hot knives on our thighs? Are you kidding me right now? Yeah. That it's just out of that kind of thing is just, I don't know, man. Like I'll try anything once, like if you want to do hot knife play, I guess, like I'll try it with you. Sure. Why not? But if I don't like it, I'm not going to do it again. No.
But what if you do like it?
I would be afraid to like it.
I don't even know what I would do. I would like go to therapy, I think. Really? If I liked hot knife play, yeah, I'm going to see a therapist immediately. I've never even been to therapy, but that would be the one thing where I'm just like, no, I have a problem.
You're not making me feel any better.
You should go to a therapist. You need to be medicated.
Better help. So
The one that's going through my head is Blue Chew.
There you go.
No, that makes it worse.
That makes
Yeah, you bleed out faster.
it.
Like the whole BDSM thing and all that. Like I've done it all, but it's just I'm not into it. I'm really not. No, no, I'm
But
very.
if they request, you're like, fine.
Yeah, like I know how to tie knots and stuff. Like I can do it. It's just kind of like, it's a lot of work. It takes so long.
You just want to get to it.
Yeah, just
You don't want to prep everything and then you got to take everything down. It's just like,
oh, I want to be suspended and tied up. Like, bitch, that is so much work.
Because like once I'm done, I'm knocking out. You're just left suspended there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like,
That'd be funny.
it's just 30 minutes, wake up 30 minutes later.
Right. DoorDash just came. I'll be back in like tomorrow.
I think that would be pretty diabolical, like tying someone up, like thinking like, ooh, and then just bye.
Yeah, right.
You just hear the PS5 turn on. All right.
But yeah, I'm just that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'll try it. I've tried a lot of different things, but for me, it's always just it goes back to the basics for me every time. Yeah, and it still works for me.
Get back to it. Your top 3 horror movies,
Dude, okay, top 3 horror movies. So,
and then give me from your least favorite to your most favorite, and why, and your experiences for them. You know what I mean? Like some of mine, I have tied it into experiences and like happiness and stuff like that, which is funny. It's a horror movie, but yeah.
You're messed up, dude. You're really messed up. He's like, I want to know all the details of why you like this horror movie. Do any of them make you hard?
It doesn't have to be strictly just like 100% horror. It can be sci-fi. It can be comedy horror. You know what I mean?
Sci-fi horror.
Sci-fi. You know what I mean? That's a debate on its own.
Here's the thing with like me and horror. I've watched a lot of horror movies and I like them, but I'm not like one of those horror fans, where I seek out the next great horror movie or whatever. I like them, but I'm not like a big fan. But I will say my favorite horror movie of all time, because really I think I really only have one.
Oh, okay.
But it's a movie called The Midnight Meat Train.
Dude, Clive Barker, or that was
Bradley Cooper.
No. The guy who wrote it. It's a short story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a book of short stories. I have the book. I think it is Clive Barker.
I don't know who wrote the original story, but dude, that movie is so good.
So the story is actually very short. So
Really?
they made a movie about it.
A good movie. Yeah. A phenomenal movie. Yeah. It's one of Bradley Cooper's early movies. And the guy that's in all those like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch, all those Guy Ritchie movies. Yeah. The big scary British guy that had the Desert Eagle .50, right? He's in it. Yeah. And I can't remember who the actress is that plays Bradley Cooper's love interest, but that movie, I mean, from start to finish, it's just every single like new development. You're just like, what is happening right now? And it gets more complex. They develop the characters extremely well. It's gory as all hell.
Premise.
It's great, dude.
Yeah, it could actually be feasible. You know what I mean? If you think about it.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, do y'all spoil the movies on this podcast? Okay.
It's old enough. Yeah.
Okay, so
with Midnight Meat Train, it's this guy that's basically suspicious of another guy that he is a serial killer. Like that's kind of how it starts, right? And I'm like obviously like skipping a lot of important parts. So he ends up like following this guy, right? And then it turns out that this guy is actually working for like an underworld organization, and they wanted to essentially recruit Bradley Cooper to be their new hitman. Right. And so he's actually collecting bodies to feed to like demon creatures. Right. I mean, that's pretty much the long and the short of it. Mm-hmm. But dude.
But the way the mutilations are.
Bro, it's so intense. And this guy works in a meat locker, something or other. Right.
Hence the name.
Yeah. Midnight Meat Train. Yeah. And they store the bodies on like this abandoned car of the subway. Yes. Right. Yeah. It's the back. It's in the very back. Yeah. And it's just all these bodies hanging from hooks.
Just like a butcher shop.
And then they make the one stop where all the they're like demons, right? Like monster type.
I honestly don't know because that wasn't in the book. The book was a little bit different, so I don't.
really?
No, they
yeah, I don't
extended a lot and they
remember
added a
reading.
little bit more, which is
they-
actually
they
pretty
added a
good
whole lot
though.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say it was Clive Barker because Clive Barker's the one who wrote Hellraiser.
Oh, really?
Another good
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's because he's actually an author as well. So he wrote that book, and it's a bunch of short stories. So I would actually recommend reading the whole book, and they're real quick hitters.
And Hellraiser was a short story too.
No.
Oh, okay, that was
No,
an
no.
actual.
Yeah, that was totally different.
But the full book is really like it's a good read.
Yeah.
No way, dude. I mean, I don't even know if I would like reading horror. I don't know if I would enjoy that or not. But the movie, oh, dude, it's so. Like I said, I'm not a huge like. Oh, I just love a good horror movie, especially like slasher type stuff. It's not. I enjoy it, but it's not like my favorite. Like my favorite are more like psychological thriller type movies. You know?
I see.
Yeah. But that one in particular was phenomenal. Definitely my favorite horror movie of all time. Hostel, it would probably be like number 2. Dude, Hostel, that movie was just so intense. It was groundbreaking. Eli Roth just tore it up on that movie. And I feel like it crossed so many lines. Like, I mean, there were protests about that movie, right? Like people were upset about Hostel.
It was too gory. It was too graphic, and the idea, it was just too much.
And it doesn't even have a happy ending either. Like everyone dies.
Yeah, you're fucked.
All the characters that you think like, oh, he's gonna make it. Like, there's no way they're gonna kill off all the cool characters. They kill off all the cool characters.
Which I'm always happy about. I mean, for me, it's always been like, oh, they always survive this and that. It's like in reality, more than likely everyone would have been dead.
That's really what needs to
Yeah,
happen.
Usually
think about it.
Yeah, usually the chicks are gonna die. There's no scream queens.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna die
That's
first,
true.
probably.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's, like I was gonna find an exception to the well, hang on. Yeah. No, they're all dead.
Talking about like a Ronda Rousey or Stamp Fairtex or some badass MMA fighter that.
Well, wait, in Halloween doesn't Jamie Lee Curtis, thank you. Her character survived.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
But in
how
reality,
fragile she is compared to all the dudes that he pieced up. He
That's
stuck
true.
the dude up to a wall.
yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Grown man.
yeah.
That's the other one. Just reminded me. My other one that I could watch on repeat for like a month straight would be House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh,
Love that movie, and I just love Rob Zombie. Yeah, I got thrown out of more than one of his concerts, like going to see Rob Zombie live. Yeah, because I would just get so wild. I would just get wild, dude.
I mean, it's a Rob Zombie concert.
You
You
have
have
to.
to. You know what I mean?
You have to. You absolutely. I mean, not anymore. Obviously, I'm sober now, but back then, like, and this was like when Rob Zombie was at his peak, right? It was actually a couple, probably a few years right after White Zombie. It was right before, you know what it was before? It was before Educated Horses came out. So Educated Horses, in my opinion, was like his last really good album. But that tour was just insane. He had the big robot that would come out on stage during More Human Than Human. But the way that he like parlayed from music into movies and started out with House of a Thousand Corpses, whoa, dude, that movie was, it's like a fever dream. The whole thing is just like a bad trip. And it's so fun to watch. Yeah, I love that one. And Sherry Moon Zombie's in it. And she's so hot. She's so great. I met her at a HorrorCon one time, actually.
Hey, you got to go with us. We go to the conventions all the time.
Oh, I don't go to those anymore. I went with a hot goth queen. That's why I went. That's the only reason I went. Is because this girl was super hot and I wanted her to show me her yitties.
Show me your pumpkins.
Show me those gourds. Ugh, that sounds gross. That actually sounds more like balls.
Albert?
I would say House of a Thousand Corpses. Amazing, dude. That's a great movie. There's so many good aspects to it. Obviously, the clown at the beginning. I love his character, Captain Spaulding. He's great. But then when they get chased through the cornfield and Baby's just hacking them all up, I love that. There's not a lot of movies like that where you've got a female like villain that isn't like a haunted kid or something, you know? And she was like full blown like villain in that movie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
unless she's a vampire.
Vampire, ghost,
That's true,
spirit.
yeah.
That's where you see more of the female
Yeah.
killers come from. But that's actually a good point that they actually made her like no, she's a straight up killer.
No, she is. She
Yeah.
was a psychopathic killer.
Yeah.
Loved
Love
it.
it.
Yes.
And you, Santiago? What are your top three
All right,
from
so
least
my
to
top
most?
3. Let's my top 3. My number 3 would be Halloween,
Okay.
the original Halloween. And I only say that because I think it did change the game a little bit. Because if you pay attention to a lot of horror movies, you see a lot of the killer. You see a lot of the monsters, and that's the scary part. But for Michael Myers, you hardly ever saw him, but you knew he was there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Wait, was that the music or the sound effect?
Well, you were talking about Jason. That
no,
no. But his was like ring. Yeah, it had like this weird.
Yeah, I mean that's the one. It's like you didn't know, you would hear it, you didn't know where he was, and then boom,
Yeah.
and then boom, he'll go away. And that's why I loved it. It's just like, how can you be afraid of someone that's hardly ever on the screen that much?
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, like he's always just walking, and then it's
slow
slow motion. Everyone else is running, sprinting. He's just like,
No, I'm just gonna stab you. Don't worry, I'll get you.
And he catches him.
and he catches him.
Yeah, eventually.
They all fall.
Dude, they do be falling all over the place, bro. It's just like, that's another one where it's just like a dream. Like I literally had a dream last night where I was like trying to fire a weapon at someone, and the bullets didn't work. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. Like you're trying to run away, you're trying to throw a punch, the punches don't work, you're just falling while you run. That's all it is.
When
No,
you hit
definitely.
somebody and it doesn't hurt him, and
doesn't.
you're like, oh, this usually works.
I'm in so much trouble now.
But for my second one, it's a tie, and it's a tie between Scream, the original, and then it's gonna be a tie with. Oh, I mean, of course, yeah. I mean, yeah,
Gotta love Ghostface.
Gotta love Ghostface because of the twist that it was 2 people the entire time, and
That
then
was awesome.
it was awesome, and then everyone they always set it up like, oh, that's the killer, and then boom, he got killed, and they got killed. Like every time you're like, well, then who the dang killer is,
Mm-hmm.
And then it was 2 people that you thought were already dead.
Yeah.
It's like, well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tied with that one, and it's going to be tied with the original Freddy.
Okay.
Because that one was more scary, more horror. After that, they went more comedy with, with Freddy Krueger and all that stuff. They tried to bring back the horror aspect in the 3rd or 4th one. Didn't do great with that one. But then my number one, which I always have a debate with people because it's sci-fi horror. People don't believe in that genre. It's like it's either sci-fi or it's not. And it's like, no, I like Alien.
Oh, okay.
Alien,
Okay.
you know what I mean? And the reason I like it was because it was just so beautifully produced. You know what I mean? The animatronics, it wasn't too much CGI, and it was just a beautiful story. And it did scare you. Like that thing would just come out of nowhere and be like, oh, shit.
And everyone knows what that monster looks like too.
Exactly.
Oh,
it's so
yeah.
iconic.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows Alien.
Yeah.
And then for me, I was always fascinated that like, man, he's eating everybody up and that's still skinny. And like,
Why am I like this?
skinny, you know what I mean? But it's like,
Hey, the blood. He bleeds acid.
oh, okay, so maybe he has the physical acid in his stomach, so he just eats it. Oh,
What do you think he shits acid too?
That's a really
right?
deep question.
Just
Right?
shitting acid.
Yeah, acid deuce.
Or he might just have an extremely high metabolism. Or she. We don't know what the pronouns for the alien are. I think it's an important thing to.
Always a queen alien, right? You never saw the
that
king.
is, you're right.
Right?
There's a queen, and
So
then they're all males then at that point.
Maybe
It's
they're-
an
Like a bee with the hive, right? Yeah. Or an ant farm. Yeah.
that's probably why they jumped planet to planet. They just couldn't keep up with the plumbing. But it's also too, it's like the guy in the suit crawling through all the vents and everything. If you saw like the after effects, like he was in the whole suit like the entire time and running through them. Put my fat ass in there, I'm just be like,
Well, we're stuck.
Just legs
just dangling, like damn, you know what I mean?
He's like, look at that fucker.
Alien's good. And how many aliens did they make total?
Oh my god.
It was four.
Because
Well, the original 4. It was the original 4. Then they did Alien versus Predator.
That's right. Alien versus Predator. Was Sigourney Weaver in that one too?
No,
No.
She was
not even in the second one. Yeah,
the first one she was in.
No, just Alien vs. Predator and then Alien vs. Predator Requiem didn't have her whatsoever.
Okay.
They're supposed to be before that time.
I got you.
Yeah. The first one was good. The second one was like, eh. But have you seen the new Predator though?
No,
You need to watch that one. It's called Prey.
Okay.
I would compare it to the original Predator.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I might
Check that one out.
I don't usually watch a whole lot of remakes because you're just like, this is gonna suck.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I watched Dune the other day and I was like,
Dude, even the original one.
What?
I remember seeing the original one and I was like, oh, this is dope. And then I tried to watch. It's one of those ones that you watch it again, you're like,
well, originally it was just like groundbreaking cinematography,
exactly.
and in this one it was just like, Timothy Chalamet looks like a bitch. I hate him and his bone structure and his weak arms. Get out of here.
But now he's dating Kylie Jenner, man.
Is he really?
Now they officially announced that they're dating again.
She went from Travis Scott to Timothy Chalamet.
That it was wow. When I saw that, I was like,
He must have a hog on him. Dude, Timothy Chalamet must be packing. We need to drop the pictures, Timothy Chalamet. Drop the selfies we need to see.
don't dodge the question. How about you, Albert? Your top three?
Okay, so my top three are kind of hard for me, being a fan for sure. My third one is going to be a tie. It's either going to be American Psycho or The Audition.
Okay.
The Audition, well, it's just because they're both directorially, the way the concepts are driven and the way the story and the idea is made, it just kind of plays so much on your mind that you don't even know. Like, to be honest, I had to be really high to get both those movies.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm like, because I was thinking too much. So I just slowed it down and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I get it now. So, in American Psycho, because I have the book too. I read the book.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So, and then I have a German version by accident.
That's weird.
That's a weird.
I ordered one and it came in German, but I ordered it in English. But it's cool looking.
I don't trust German books. There was that one book, and it was just like after that, no, we're not doing it.
Basically, you don't know if the protagonist is psychotic or if he's actually just getting away with it because he's rich or just all of the above. Turns out it's just all of the above. He's a psychotic mother trucker that can do what he wants and gets away with it because he's paid so wealthily. And the audition was the same sense as it's a prolonged wait to the end, and the end is messed up. It's the worst part.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's a Japanese movie, that's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So basically, you'll see, like, I'm gonna spoil it. You'll see the transition of this guy. He loses his wife. He can't move on. He's actually he brings in talent for like the movie industry in Japan. His buddy talks him into dating. He finds this girl that he finds real sweet. Turns out she's just a crazy person, but she's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. You know what I mean? So throughout the movie, she's slowly like poisoning him and making him hallucinate. So in the background, you're noticing like different colors and stuff depending on the emotion of what he's feeling or what she's feeling. So if she's sad, then the background would be like blue. And you're like, what? Why? Because they're at a bar, so maybe it's just the bar scene. And then she starts getting upset and then the lights turn red.
Oh, how cool.
And then when nobody's around, when she's finally calm, it's just white and serene, but then everybody's gone out of the restaurant. So at the end, she poisons him so much to where he's paralyzed, but he can feel the pain. So she tortures him.
Oh, dude, what?
She gets needles and she sticks them in his eyelids behind his eyes so he can't not watch, but he's feeling the whole pain. He can't move, right? And she's wearing a butcher's apron, and she's got the meat cutters, the old school, the rope one, the metal thing. So she's getting off to it. Like she puts all these needles in his belly too. And then she like grinds herself on it because she gets off to it. And then she turns around and just starts
Sawing him apart?
taking his feet off, going after him.
This sounds like The Grudge, like on steroids, though. Or no, not The Grudge. What's the one with Kathy Bates? The old school one?
Psycho.
No, not that one.
Misery.
Yes, Misery. Yeah. It's like Misery
Yes.
expounded.
Yes. Yeah. So
That's wild.
Scene too, because she's laughing and she's saying bitty bitty bing, bitty bitty bing while she's cutting his leg off, and then it shows the scene where his sliding glass door. It's her like this, and then she just goes whoop, and his foot hits the door, and it's just like a splatter of blood.
Dude, Japanese horror is built different.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's why I like the director. So I lean towards more audition, rather than American Psycho.
Okay.
So my second one, I'll just go straight to that. My second one is mostly happy feelings. Like when I saw it I saw it with my dad in theaters. So I had a great time with my dad, and he snuck me in to see The Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's so corny. It's so cheesy. I wouldn't even count it as horror. It kind of is. It did scare me, but it was just, I had so much fun. Dude, I can watch it over and over and over again. My kids love it. They dress up like it.
You have kids? Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, you even have a cup?
He has a cup with the Killer Clowns.
One of my friends who is an exotic athlete, her bathroom is decorated Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yeah, she loves it.
See, I like her already.
You probably would. She scares me a little bit. She actually terrifies me slightly. But yeah, no, she's a great person.
So that one's a quick one. Number two, my number one ultimate, and it's very cliched because a lot of people, they say they're true enthusiasts and they say this is what they like. But to me personally, I think it is a game changer in the horror genre. Period, hands down. Was the original Night of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I that one too, and it actually could have been recorded in color, but he chose to put it in black and white because the way that I felt it, and it did portray to me, was you're more in the movie. You feel like you're in the movie rather than rather than it being the movie. For some odd reason, it makes you real close to what's going on, and it's really.
I think black and white kind of has that effect, right?
Does, yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
You like all of a sudden you're in this kind of like binary mindset because you're not having your eyes aren't having to process all the colors, and so you're more absorbed into it, I guess.
And then the whole, I mean, that the part where that dude slaps the chick, I thought that was hilarious.
I haven't seen that movie in forever. I'm gonna have to go watch that again now. He just the director just passed away, right?
Oh, it's been a while now.
Has it been a while?
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
Okay.
George A. Romero.
George A.
Romero.
I was thinking Evil Dead. The Evil Dead guy just passed away.
Yeah, you're gonna get
Sam Raimi.
Yes.
Sam Raimi.
Right?
It's Sam Raimi.
He passed away recently, right?
I don't know if he died. That's news to me because he did.
I could have that completely off. Let me just.
We'll fact check that later.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong and this gets any views at all, your comments will blow up with how wrong I am.
The horror genre people are just gonna be like, no, Captain Rock.
Yeah.
Okay, so Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, for sure.
I need to
Yeah.
go rewatch that.
Because that's the one that made zombies eat, right?
Yes. So
First one.
before that, zombies were usually like because that wasn't the first zombie. People get that mixed up. No, there's movies like from the 50s and 60s, black and white movies, that the zombies basically were reincarnated people, but all they did was work, or they just kind of wandered around. You made them slaves.
So they weren't like evil?
Yeah,
They were just reanimated?
Mm-hmm. So
That's kinda stupid.
technically that's a zombie. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, but like classic zombies, like the way we understand them, did not exist.
It was because of that.
It's
Yeah.
because of Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then, matter of fact, the whole, I think the running zombies started with 28 Days Later.
You know what I didn't realize was that 28 Days Later, I don't know why I didn't catch it previously, but it's that guy, it's the Peaky Blinders guy.
Yes.
I had no idea until very recently, like very recently.
First big gig.
It was,
28
right?
Days
Yeah,
Later.
28 days.
Yes.
Okay.
I did not know. I mean, I saw it when it came out and loved it, thought it was awesome, like terrifying and very like anxiety inducing. Dude, like it is that movie and Uncut Gems. Like I just had an anxiety attack through the entire thing. And same thing with 28 Days Later, which is like, oh. But yeah, it was his first big role, and I did not know that until maybe like 2 weeks ago, probably like a month ago. Yeah, really, really recently. You know who I thought it was? I thought it was the guy from District 9. And it's not at all. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Totally different guy.
Good movie though, District 9.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. That one made you really think. I was like, whoa.
Was that the first fast zombie movie, the 28 Days Later?
I want to say
That's
yes.
the one the first
It
I would
is.
remember.
It is.
Yeah.
So unsettling because zombies, even when they were slow, it's still like,
scary.
yeah, still very scary because you never know if they're like lurking around a corner or something.
Yeah.
And then once they're superhuman fast, it's like there's no way. We're done. We're done.
The one that first got me, and honestly, I couldn't sleep that night, was Return of the Living Dead. It is a goofy movie. It's very matter of fact, the guy he helped make Night of the Living Dead with George A. Romero. That director went on to his own idea of the way to take the dead or the zombie genre, and so he made it fun. But his zombies don't die.
Really?
At all.
They're just like momentarily delayed.
No, they just
They just keep going.
Yeah.
Head blown off, everything.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're not.
No.
Yeah. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, there's one character. He was called the Sludge Man. They basically from the original movie is the way they worked it. They found a specimen from the original Night of the Living Dead, right? The army gathered it and put it in a tank, and then kept it as a specimen. Well, then they dropped it. Somebody found it in like a basement. Then they were fucking with it. They popped open and the gases came out, and it turned those two individuals into it. But yeah, so the specimen comes back to life.
Just the arm?
No. It's a whole body.
It's a full body.
Yeah, it's a whole body, but it's so deteriorated because it's been sitting in its own goo for so long.
Yeah.
So that's why it's called the Sludge Man, because it's literally
It's just
dripping.
melting.
And matter of fact, he's the actor's pretty much shaped like you, so he's real, skinny.
Why would you say that? Why would you point that out? I specifically wore a hoodie so people couldn't tell I'm super skinny.
No, but you're buff.
Because I'm doing a show with two fat guys.
No, y'all don't know this guy is super buff.
God, dude, you were super red. We saw one on your Instagram story. I was like, yo.
Yeah,
That's what he's. That's why he always wears a hoodie.
That's a filter. It's a filter. Yeah.
Dude, you are jacked, bro. I'm jealous of that for sure. Man.
I'm just lucky because I'm so lean. It's easy to look ripped when you're just super lean. Like a 6-pack doesn't count if you're just super skinny. That's your ribs. You know what I mean?
But the actor, I ended up, he was the first horror movie convention that I went to.
Really?
Yeah, and I got his signature on the movie, so I have that as well.
The Sludge Man?
The Sludge Man.
Nice,
Took some
dude.
pictures with him.
Did he have his own film, or was he just a character in?
No, he was just a character. He was
Okay.
just Sludge Man in Return of the Living Dead. What kind of music are you into? Don't say a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
They really hate that answer.
Get
Because
a little
nobody listens to
specific.
polka.
Okay, let's go top 3. Let's go top 3 on this one too.
Yes.
Emo.
Okay.
Love old school emo, and like the alternative rock stuff too.
Oh, you're talking about like Pearl Jam, Stone Temple Pilots.
Don't say Pearl Jam. Did not say Pearl Jam. No, don't like Pearl Jam. Eddie Vedder can.
Nirvana.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. So some of that, but even like you take it even further into the 2000s. Like, I mean, I think the first song I heard that I was like, whoa, was the Goo Goo Dolls. Yeah. Yeah. That was and I mean, I think back about it now. I wasn't allowed to listen to music at all growing up, and so
What was that like to you? Was it like rock and roll or what?
you know what's funny? I was talking to someone about this the other day. Like we were literally told that Marilyn Manson summoned demons at his concert. So it was for us. It was just like Marilyn Manson's evil, and then like I've seen him in concert, since I was in the cult, and it's just like it's kind of campy, but the music's great. Like the act is kind of campy, but the music is phenomenal. So anyway, yeah, I didn't really, I don't know, man. Like I didn't have any kind of exposure to it. It was like, I would listen to, I remember hearing the Goo Goo Dolls and just like, whoa, what is this? And then System of a Down.
Oh.
Yeah. That was great. Yeah, two very different. Yeah. But that's the thing. I would just I had a boombox, and when my parents weren't home and I was like 15, 16 years old, I would just listen on that. Actually, it was even before that. I was probably like 14, 15 years old. And I would like listen to the radio and record it on a cassette tape. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we had CDs. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that old. We had CDs, but you couldn't record onto CDs without like a CD burner. Yeah. Right?
Those were expensive.
Super crazy expensive back then. But that would then, I mean, we had LimeWire and what was the other big one? Napster. Napster and LimeWire. But I wasn't allowed on the internet until I was 18.
Oh.
Man, I mean, you were just jerking it.
It was a whole new world. Yeah.
Or like polar bears.
No, so this is so sad. Like I would try to intercept the mail, not for like Victoria's Secret or Sports Illustrated. That we didn't get that at all. I got one Victoria's Secret magazine one time that I got my hands on before my mom could. But it was like the J.C. Penney catalogs or Target or Walmart, like just getting those like little flyers that they would send out in the mail, and that's what I was using. How sad is that?
You said I'm freaky?
Listen, bro, that wasn't my fault though. This is a choice that you're making now. I'm not doing that anymore. Much, like not as much as I was back then.
It's like when I want to take a break from the internet, then I'll go to the old school.
Good old faithful.
I'll go back to babies and bikinis.
If you can still do it to a lady in a bikini,
I know.
Oh, man.
I remember seeing side boob, and I was like, "Oh,
Let's go.
I'm like,
First time seeing a mannequin with no freaking clothes on, I was like, yo.
ew, dude.
Well, man, we greatly appreciate you, man.
Yeah, do you
being
have
on
any
this.
plugs?
Yeah, dude. You got
Plug
anything?
what you want.
brother?
Oh yeah.
And we'll put all your tags.
Everything.
His tags are going to be on the bottom of the banner.
Yeah.
Follow Davey. Everything that he does is golden.
You guys will love it. So you want to go ahead and just tell everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much everything is just at Davey Jax. I think on YouTube it's at Davey Jax with 2 X's because the original one was already taken, I guess. So whoever you are out there that stole my profile name, give it back. Give it back. You are not the real Davey Jackson. I deserve to have that. Anyways, yeah, Instagram, YouTube. I'm on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook.
Your
Oh,
shows?
yes.
What shows do you have coming up?
Dude, I've got so much stuff coming up. I guess here's the 2 shows. If you're here in San Antonio or Austin, we've got a show the 3rd Saturday of every month at the Black Rabbit Comedy Club. Brand new comedy club in Austin. Very cool spot. It's underground. It's a basement, and it used to be an illicit club, like secret club. Yeah, they would have a thing called shave parties. I don't know if that's like a thing, but that's what they called it. And they have like belts drilled into the wall so people could hold the belts while they're getting whatever. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And there's lipstick kisses all over the brick wall. And so everyone would put lipstick on and kiss the wall when they went to the club. So very cool, like speakeasy vibe. Underground dungeon type situation. Yeah. Yeah, very cool. So that's the 3rd Saturday of every month at the Black Rabbit Comedy Club in Austin. So check that out. I'm going to be in Georgia. I'm going to be in Atlanta, Georgia on November 3rd. And then I will be in Lakeland, Florida on November 11th. And then I'll be back in San Antonio after that doing stuff around here and in Austin.
All right, man. We greatly appreciate one more time again for
Davey Jackson.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for watching Pulse. We love you.